Hi everyone, it's James back with another 500 series rack review. This time we're going to look at the middle of these three units. This is the XPressor 500 by Elysia. Yes, it is a compressor, funnily enough. It says on the box, discrete Class A stereo compressor. So what we're going to do is run the same drums through as we were using on the EQ review. We'll knock out the EQ and then a little bit later on we'll add it so you can hear how these two work in harmony together. So here we are up close and personal with the XPressor 500. 8 control pots as we found on the X-Filter. But on this side we have the normal suspects: threshold, attack, release and ratio. Down the middle we have our gain reduction indicator LEDs. Then on the top right we have this one called SCF, that's Sidechain Filter. This is a tunable low cut filter in the sidechain of the processor to avoid any overcompression or pumping when there's a lot of low end in the mix or a lot of low end energy going on. Next one down, GRL, gain reduction limiter. This restricts the control voltage. This is a kind of, they say, an innovative limiter, and it's not placed in the audio path as usual, but in the control circuit for the compressor. So it's a kind of a really nice limiter, very different, very nice sort of feature on this particular module. We then have our makeup gain and our mix, which allows us to use the XPressor 500 as a parallel compressor. We then have these 4 buttons down the middle, auto and fast, which is a kind of semi-automatic mode for the attack and release. We then have our log release, which allows the release of the compression to be logarithmic rather than linear. We then have 2 modes for this particular compressor. That's the warm mode, which is kind of just a different tonal quality, and the hit it button, which is the true bypass. So let's run some audio through this. We're going to use the same drums as last time, as I said, and let's go about tweaking it and setting it up. So let's knock the compressor in. We'll set the mix at 100%, so we're just getting the compression. And let's bring the threshold down a bit. Just starting to get some compression in there. Wind the ratio. So there we go, way too low now. Bypass it again. Bring that ratio back a little bit. Bring the makeup gain up a little bit. Let's try warm mode, see what that does. I think warm mode is just boosting some of those bottom end frequencies. So that kick drum's really been brought out nicely by warm. Quite a long release time there. Now let's bring in this gain reduction limiter. And you can see when it kicks in because of the little LED just under here. So let's wind that up. There we go. Let's bring that ratio all the way in. Here we go. There we go. The harder we twist it, twist on the ratio. So we've got a nice bit of pump, nice sort of presence out of the bass drum now. Let's wind in some of that side chain. So we can see that now as we wind in the sidechain filter, only the snare is affecting the gain reduction, which is quite a nice little feature if that's the particular effect you're going for. Maybe you've heavily compressed your kick drum in the mix already, and you just want to even out that snare a little bit. See how the log mode. On this simpler drum pattern, that sounds quite nice. Let's put the autos on. It's going to have an auto fast mode. And now one of my favourite features of this particular unit is we can wind back some of the original. Without, with. Just brings the presence of that bass drum out a little bit more. Maybe I want to push that to 2 to 1. There we go. Still got the transients and the sibilance of the top end. Now if I put the EQ circuit back in as well, yeah, I really like that. I'll bring my threshold up a little bit. Bypass both, and all of a sudden the drums lose all their power, all their emphasis. Well, that was our look at the XPressor 500 from Elysia, 500 series compressor and kind of limiting circuit in there. Really nice little unit. One thing I forgot to mention about all of the Elysia modules is they come with this actually very useful, very robust little manual. Now, I know that goes against all the rules of Pro Tools Expert testing and reviews, but I actually did read it and found, yeah, there are some really cool little features in here, and it's really handy to get to know what's going on this side of the unit, the side that obviously is not standard to every single compression unit. I hope very much you'll join me for another gear review very soon.